Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe and another video for the Walking Dead Dead City. We're going to be discussing another sequence from the new trailer from Dead City. Of course, make sure to check out some of the recent videos we've done on the Dead City trailer. We did a video yesterday about the bear that Maggie is fighting. We also did a trailer breakdown and a reaction video as well too. Now today I want to talk about a really interesting moment in the trailer that I noticed not really many people are discussing, because I actually feel like this is kind of an important thing that is going to be pretty massive in this season, at least for an episode or two, I feel like. So we can actually see some very, very in-depth sequences in this trailer of not only Maggie, who appears to be captured, but Hershel as well too, and what I believe is Armstrong captured. So let's break all that down now. I believe that Maggie's crew will get themselves captured. Now, obviously, what we've seen in the trailers is Maggie and her crew, Maggie, Armstrong, and Hershel, are going to be taking a trip to New York to save Negan. Now, obviously, they're going by boat, and obviously, we see that Negan sees this boat coming, and they blow up the boat, right? But obviously, we also see a sequence later in the trailer where Maggie and them are running away from the boat that's on fire, which means that Maggie, Armstrong, and Hershel at the very least get away, while Negan and his group try to take out the rest. Now, obviously, Negan must not know that Maggie is in that group, otherwise she wouldn't have fired, or he wouldn't have fired against her, right? So, the idea is that I feel like Negan sees intruders coming towards the city. Obviously tries to stop them. He's probably, commanded to, right? And, instructed to do that. And, he probably has no choice anyway. But, Maggie and them get away, obviously. They're going to be in the city for a bit. And then I do believe that they get themselves captured. And I believe it's every three of them. And this is why I say that. There is a sequence where you see Hershel standing next to the Dama in this trailer, which obviously that doesn't look like a flashback because, no offense to the Dama, but she looks a lot older this season than she did in season 1 for some reason. Yeah, so I think Hershel gets himself captured again. And I believe that Maggie does as well, too, because there's a sequence where Maggie is saying that, Hershel has to run, that Hershel has to get out of there. And if you pay close attention to Maggie when she's holding Hershel, you can actually see handcuffs on her hands, on both of her hands, as she's, hugging Hershel. Right? So, it almost seems like Hershel gets free, and she says, like, there's not enough time, you gotta go, you know what I mean? Save yourself, and, I'll figure a way out, That's what I think is happening, is that Hershel gets out, but he doesn't have enough time to break Maggie out of those cuffs, and then she's like, you have to go, right? And that's just what it is. That is definitely what I think happens. Now, Armstrong, I think, is captured, too. The guy has a very, very circular head here in this shot. And you got some guy that's like hitting him as Armstrong is being like hung from like a pipe or something. I do believe that is Armstrong. Now, here is what I believe happens. And you guys could agree or disagree, but this is what I think happens. Maggie will have to remain. She'll have to stay back while Hershel escapes to save his own life. I believe that Hershel is going to run and he's going to, escape for a little bit at least. Maggie is going to have to fight her way out. And who do I think is going to be the person that lets Maggie out? Negan. And I believe that is when Negan is going to flip on the crew. I think that's going to be later in the season when Negan lets Maggie out, lets her out, and then they fight back against Croat and they go up against him. That's what I think happens. And then, Armstrong, I still am going to say, I hope I'm wrong, I really do, but Armstrong, I think, is going to manage to spare Maggie enough time, and Negan enough time, while Negan gets Maggie out, Armstrong stays back and dies. That's what I think happens. Hershel gets away, Negan gets Maggie out, and Armstrong dies. That's exactly what I think is going to happen. Maybe y'all, have another idea of how that's going to go. That's exactly what I think is going to happen, is Maggie will get rescued by Negan, Hershel will have already gotten out of there, and Armstrong will die. And you know what I actually think, now that I actually think about it? Hershel could, because he's escaping, could run into Bruegel, and Bruegel could actually, kind of join up with Hershel, and then Bruegel will help out Negan escape with Maggie, and then that whole crew turn on the Barrazi. Because as I've said, I think that Bruegel will start off as a problem, but he's going to turn into an anti-hero. I do believe Bruegel is going to turn into an anti-hero. So you know what? Honestly, I'm going to throw that prediction out there. Hershel escapes first, runs away. Maggie has to stay back. Negan then helps Maggie get out. Also tries to help Armstrong in the process. Armstrong dies. Meanwhile, Hershel is out there, runs into Bruegel. Bruegel comes in and helps Maggie and Negan escape. and then boom, there you go. And then Armstrong dies as a result, and now we have to have a final fight against the Barrazi now that they're all out. That's what I think is going to happen. That is exactly how I think that scenario is going to go down. Could be wrong, could be right, could be half right, could be half wrong. Tough to say, but that is where I think that's going. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think that that whole scenario will kind of go like that, or do you think it's going to be something completely different? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'd be very interested in seeing your predictions and how you feel like this whole thing's going to go. Season 2 looks great, by the way, people. I've heard a lot of people say that they find the trailer to be rather lackluster. I've heard people call it cringeworthy. I've heard people call it, every other insult in the book. And I'm like, I don't know, man. To me, it looked exciting. It really did. I don't know. It looked exciting. It was good Negan and Maggie stuff. Negan looks really cool. New York City looks fantastic. Bruegel looks really intriguing. I don't see what's so wrong about it. In particular, the bear. I saw a lot of people complaining about the bear. Listen, even if you don't like the concept of the bear, I would at least ask you to give it a chance, see what it's like. That's what I always do as well, too. Like, with Daryl Dixon, listen, I don't like the Daryl Dixon show that much these days after Season 2. Season 2 kind of ruined that show for me. But am I going to give Season 3 a chance? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, that's never something you're going to see from me. I always like to give things a chance, even if the trailer doesn't captivate me, even if I can't stand the trailers. Y'all have seen, there's trailers I've seen before that I don't like. I always give something a chance because it could look one way in a trailer and it could look even, better somehow in, the actual show, or it could be worse. Yes, that's true, but I think people need to kind of, relax a little bit. I think the trailer looked pretty good. I don't like, I wasn't mind blown by the trailer, but I thought it looked pretty good. I think the season looks pretty exciting to me. It's still the most exciting thing I've seen from the Walking Dead universe since The Ones Who Live. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all about that. So I don't know. The people that say that the season looks cheap, the people that say that the season looks kind of like just bad, like, or just cringe, or, whatever other word you could come up with, really. Like I said, all I ask is that you give it a chance. You know what I mean? Either give it a chance or don't watch it at all. That's the way I look at it. If you're just going to hate on it, I mean, honestly, why are you here? I would just say if you are, a Walking Dead mega fan, give it a chance, even if you don't like the trailer, see if you like it. And if not, maybe don't watch it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just being honest here. Like, the way people are talking about this trailer is just kind of, I don't know. It's weird to me. Like, I know a lot of y'all enjoyed it, but there's a lot of people out there that are just hating on it to hate on it. They're like, oh my God, it looks so terrible. It looks so bad. I'm like, listen, opinions are opinions, of course, but I just ask that you give it a chance. You know what I mean? I don't think this season looks offensively bad. I don't think there's anything they did in that trailer that looks offensively bad. Like, I don't know. Like, even objectively, I would say, like, even if you don't like the trailer, at least give the season a chance, I would say. And I know a lot of people say, like, oh, the bear is goofy, or, oh, Maggie holding Lucille is goofy, or, stuff like that. Here's the thing. Maybe it will be in the context of the show, right? But that's what I'm saying. A trailer is just one angle of the argument, right? Seeing the actual execution is when, you really will be able to judge it. I feel like people are jumping to conclusions a little bit too quickly on this trailer, Watch the season first. If it turns out to be as bad quality as you say, then, obviously you can have your opinion then because you've seen the episodes, right? At that point, it's your opinion. But at least in terms of, like, judging a trailer, like, I don't know. I feel like people are going a little too far with it. Like, people are like, oh, like, where the hell did that bear come from? Oh, why does Maggie have Lucille? That's a plot hole. I'm like, but you haven't even seen the season yet. Like, I don't know. I just figured I'd kind of share some thoughts on that because it's been really weird seeing the way people have reacted to it like that. So, I don't know. I enjoyed the trailer. For those that didn't, I'm sorry you didn't, but I hope that the season is at least good for you. And I'm hoping that, this season's good. I have a lot of faith in the season. I really do. I think it looks really good. Like, I didn't have much faith in the Daryl show for good reason. This is a show that I've had really good faith in because I liked the first season. I enjoy Negan's character, and I genuinely am very excited to see Bruegel. I'm very excited to see New York. I'm very excited to see what they do with, Maggie, and I'm excited to see, some of the other elements of this season. I think it looks like a really fun time. It really does, at least to me. So, post your comments down below, post your opinions, and of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe and tune up to any other videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of the Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies need a treat. typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.